All right, the intent here is just to show you that the two speakers that I'm parting out here, it's a pair of first edition HPM 60s. Those that don't know, the Pioneer HPM 60, unlike the its older brother, the HPM 100, actually came out in two different variants. The arrangement of the drivers were considerably different between the two. The second series looked more like the HPM 100 with the aluminum or the metal cage around the drivers, and it was configured slightly differently with different types of drivers in both models. So this is the first series, and basically the cabinets, I bought these from some student, I guess at UVic, and unfortunately they look like they've been ridden hard and put away wet. However, as far as the cabinets are concerned, I do believe that the drivers on these, the woofers actually, the 10-inch woofers, are not original. So I will find that out actually when I take these things apart. The intent is to just show that all drivers are working on these. So when I do part this thing out, I want to be able to demonstrate that yes, everything is working. So what I've done is I've got this little Class D amplifier. People may be familiar with it. It's a small little thing, about 20 watts a side. Right now I've got my my BlackBerry phone plugged into it, just as a sound source. So we'll just turn that on. Go to the music player, and we'll turn it up a little bit, and push play. So, basically, every driver, you can feel them and hear them. So I've got a full range of sound coming out of it. So mids, highs, lows. All drivers on both speakers are working quite well. The super tweeters, as people know, if you've done any research on the internet, you'll know that it's very difficult to tell whether the super tweeters are working or not, simply because these are above most people's hearing range. They're actually very, very high frequency, so most people, all they do is hear a buzz on them. They're more of a decorative thing than anything. However, I can plug something in. What I'll do is before I take this thing apart, I'll just confirm that both of them are working. And there are some ways of telling whether they're working or not. Certainly not audibly. And then I'll deke into the crossover. So we've got the L pads are on the back. So there's your controls on the back on both of them. And it actually even has the original papers on the back that came with these speakers. Both the HPM 100s and the 60s came with the spec sheets basically stapled to the back of these things. So though they're as original, and again, first generation HPM 60s, I do have both dust covers, and of course the labels on them. So I know that those are highly collectible as well. They're hard to find because it's a very, very old speaker, and it's got quite a following. So anyway, the intent here is just to show that yes, the speakers were working when I disassembled them, and I'll be selling out the drivers, the crossovers, and any other parts that people are interested if they want the dust covers. They're in fairly good shape. I would probably put new cloth on it, but they're not really in bad shape. You can see there's a bunch of dust and crap on it, but yeah, there is, you know, stuff sticking out, so they're not pristine. But the frames are excellent. None of the ribs on the frames are broken, so these would be easily reclothed. And of course, you have the original HPM 60 emblems on them, so you can see the backs of these things. There's no cracks or anything like that. They're in really good shape as far as the frames are concerned. So there you have it. There's the condition and the cabs. I'll keep the cabs for a while if anybody wants to try to refinish them or whatever. They're just a bit scratched up and everything, and somebody might be a little better at woodworking. As you know, the 60s, not unlike the 100s, were not, they didn't use wood veneer. They actually used vinyl veneer, I believe, on these. And you can actually tell by the way it's scratched over that that's actually not a true wood veneer. And that was typical of both series of the HPM 60. So there you have it. Any questions, please send me an email.